Well, let's discuss the life and times of Leonard Nimoy with Jeanne Wolfe. She's in Los Angeles for us. Jeanne, thanks very much for being there. You interviewed him just a couple of years ago. What do you remember from that last encounter?
Oh, I've interviewed him, I interviewed him many, many times, but the one that sticks out in my mind is when he went back 6 years ago to play Mr. Spock, but coming back from the future. Zachary Quinto was playing Mr. Spock, and Leonard Nimoy came back to talk to his younger self. And I said, I saw that scene in the movie. What would you say to the younger Leonard? And he said, I think I'd say the same thing as Mr. Spock said. Follow your intuition. Be yourself. Don't get swayed. Be yourself. Follow your dreams.
Sound advice for anyone. Did he make peace with the fact, do you think, that we were hearing there in David Silito's piece that, yeah, he played other roles, he directed, he did have a long and varied career, but he was just about only known for Mr. Spock. Do you think he came to peace with that?
Oh, absolutely. You know, almost 30 years ago, he wrote a book called I Am Not Spock. And he apologized profusely because the audience sort of said, what, are you trying to distance yourself from that character? He loved the character, but I think he lived with a lot of fear that he'd be typecast and that he wouldn't get to do all the artistic and all the creative things that he dreamt of. He did indeed get to do them, and he began to appreciate Spock to the point where a couple years ago he wrote a book saying, I am Spock. He told me that the Vulcan character influenced him a lot, made him put emotion aside, think of logic, made him approach life differently. You know, I don't know if you remember, but Spock was not allowed to smile. And Leonard Nimoy, though he could be difficult, in person was full of kind of dry humor and had a deep, throaty, wonderful laugh. So Spock couldn't smile, but he sure could, and he counted his blessings. He began to understand what Spock had given him, a platform to talk about technology, about diversity, about the world community. He really felt as if Spock gave him a voice.
And indeed, a lot of the tributes I've heard today spoke about his morality as a human being and his contributions outside of film to the arts and to science as well.
Oh, absolutely. He was dedicated. I can remember him appearing at the planetarium. He voiced over many scientific films. He did poetry books. He did photography. He was a very creative man. And there were times when it irritated him, all the pointy ear jokes. But he was very proud of the Vulcan salute, which he created, and which I promise you I will not do for you today, because I've never really been able to master it. Have you?
No, I haven't, but Jeanne, I want to know, are you a Trekkie?
Oh, absolutely. There are people who say we're not allowed to call ourselves Trekkies. If we're serious, we have to say Trekkers. But I'll say I'm a Trekkie and a Trekker and a huge fan of Leonard Nimoy and the vision and the spirit that he brought to us all.
On that note, Jeanne, thank you. We'll leave it there. Thanks very much for paying tribute to him. Appreciate it.